How can you create it? We'll be looking at the requirements under the 2006 Commons Act and the Countryside and Rights of Way Act of 1965 before that. How can you register it? Well, just to make clear what the situation is with that, a group of people would need to get together with user forms which they can obtain from the local authority, usually the county council, or if it's a unitary authority, the office which deals with village greens, which will normally be the footpath officer. You get the user forms from them, and those user forms will then enable you to set out how you have used this particular area of land, who has used it, and for what purposes you've used it over the years. Section 15.3 confirms the application can be made if the use ceased before the time of the application, but after 2007, and was made within 2 years of the cessation. So in other words, it's a very important section that. In other words, if the use of the land was stopped, for example, by a developer or landowner saying you can no longer use this land, but 20 years user has been built up before that period, provided an application for registration is made within 2 years of that time of the cessation, then it will still be a valid application. Now, the Supreme Court said no. There were bylaws regulating bathing and games on the foreshore, and therefore, as those bylaws affected the use of the beach, the owners, the users of the beach used it by right, in other words, with permission granted by the bylaws, and not as of right. In addition, and this is where the statutory aspect comes in, Newhaven Harbour was a working port established by statute, and registration as a village green would be incompatible with the use of the harbour as a working harbour. But now that's been widened by the Supreme Court in the Lancashire and Surrey cases to say that any statute, a statutory body, would be incompatible.